wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I am getting ready to go see Wicked. I literally have like 30 minutes to be completely done with my makeup, hair, and put my clothes on. Y'all hear that? But I wanted to have a chat first because y'all know, like, I've been making people mad on the internet for years, literally 9 at this point. And I felt like this most recent one is like a teachable moment, so I turned the camera on real quick. So the latest reason I have made someone upset on the internet, and you can kind of like get a hint of where this is going with the title. One of the things I hate when people ask me is, can you color match me? And they're asking me like through the comment section, you know, you're asking me through a screen. And if you've ever asked me that question before, like, this is no shade to you. I'm saying I dislike the question, but like, I'm not coming at you for asking it, right? But I dislike the question because we're looking at each other through a screen. And there are so many reasons why through, you know, videos, through pictures, stuff like that, you may not actually be coming across as the shade that you actually are. There's the quality of whatever camera or phone that you're using. Y'all know if you take pictures on your iPhones dull the picture. That's why a lot of people have to go back in and, you know, add in color, saturation, stuff like that. Even like regular cameras, I've shown you guys what it looks like straight on the camera, and then when you do like adjusting, color matching, stuff like that. So there's that, right? There's also, in the year 2024, people will Photoshop a baby. Like, people do so much editing, bold, glamour, all the filters that will change features on your face. They're changing the color of your skin, they're changing the color of the background, all that. So there are so many reasons why, like, I can't truly help you because I'm not seeing you in person. I don't know what you look like. I can give you like a range of where you might be, right? But like, I can't say like, oh, get this shade and you're gonna be that specific shade. The best that I can do is when someone realizes that they typically wear the same shades in a lot of products as I do, so then they know, okay, well, if she gets that shade, I can get that shade and it's gonna work for me, right? But here's the thing with that, and this is where someone has gotten upset. So I open up the phone, get a comment talking about I don't think you know what you're doing when it comes to color matching, because I bought that foundation and that shade and it didn't work on me. And I'm like, I don't know how to match myself, because you bought a shade that I said worked for me and it didn't work for you. So that means I'm not wearing the same shade, the correct shade for myself. So I click on her page and I see that we look like, and again, guessing, we look like we could be in the same shade family, right? Like, we're on the deeper end, but just looking, and again, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't like having to look through people's pictures to try to get an idea, but just looking at her pictures, you can tell she is a lot redder than I am, right? You are very clearly a warm undertone, even if you've added a whole bunch of saturation, even if that, like, you are somewhere in the warm undertone family. So yeah, if you have a really warm undertone and you go buy the foundation shade that is the same shade as me, and it's an undertone that even in the description tells you is a neutral undertone, I could see why you're a little upset. So I didn't even bother saying anything to Miss Mamas, because some people, like, once they have determined that you've wronged them or you're wrong and they're right, like, there's no saying anything to them, right? But that's why I said this could be a teachable moment, because I feel like we need to go back over the basics, because we're losing recipes, right? We're jumping head into things nowadays, and the girlies aren't learning the basics. So let us remember, it's not just, you know, you need to know what skin tone family that you're in, right? Fair, medium, tan, dark, deep. If you figure that out, well, once you figure that out, because you have to figure that out, great. The next step is you need to figure out what your undertone is. And not just, I just inhaled this powder, oh my God. And not just for foundation, right? You need to consider the undertone of all of the products that you're using, right? Like, I'm sitting here using this pink setting powder, and a lot of people were like, pink powder, isn't that gonna do this to my face? Isn't that gonna do that to my face? You need to consider the undertone of like all of the products that you're using, and also how they're going to mix in with the other products that are on your face, right? So for instance, I am using, actually, I'm wearing 2 foundations today, but they both have a neutral undertone, right? And then the concealer that I am wearing, more so a like coolish neutral undertone, and that's focused in the middle of my face, right? So I got a lot of neutral, a lot of cool going on in the middle of my face. I'm using this pink powder, again, a cooler undertone. Then I'm gonna go out to the outer part of my face with contour, bronzer, and blush. And all of them will have a warmer undertone, except the contour. And I'm a neutral undertone, so I can get away with like balancing out the different undertones if it's not all neutral. And I also wouldn't wear like all neutral undertone products, because then it's just very easy to just end up looking gray in the face. But like if you are just full blown like cool undertone, or you are full blown like warm undertone, then yeah, you're probably not going to want to play that much with the undertones on your face. I feel like I'm missing a child in distress. So a few months ago, did that video on color matching your foundation. So let's talk about finding your undertone. There are a couple very easy ways for you to figure out what your undertone is. I was gonna say a lot of people's most recommended, but maybe one of the easiest ways is jewelry. Think about when you wear gold jewelry, when you wear silver jewelry, which one looks better on your skin tone. Now I see a lot of people say, like black people in general, like the answer will always be gold. However, there are some black people that they pull off silver just as well as they pull off gold. Usually people who have more of a neutral undertone, so you can kind of get away with either one, right? But if you're like, no, silver, can't do that, not on my skin tone, it's probably because you're a warmer undertone. And when you look at silver and when you look at gold, you can understand why, because one has a cooler undertone, one has a warmer undertone. So looking at jewelry and seeing which one complements your skin more is one way for you to figure out your undertone. I'm pretty sure I just got that right? So if silver looks better on you, you're more of a cool undertone. Why do I feel like I'm not saying it right? If gold looks better on you, you're more of a warm undertone. If you can wear either or, then you're more of a neutral undertone. Another way of finding your undertone are the veins. So looking at your veins, if you are a green undertone, you're more of a warm undertone. If you're a blue undertone, you're more of a cool undertone. The words warm and cool are messing with my head right now, so I feel like it is not coming out correctly. So it will be on the screen for it to make more sense. But those are just very easy ways for you to figure out what your undertone is. I had to pause real quick, y'all, and just finish getting ready because I literally have to walk out of the door. But yeah, those are just some quick ways to figure out what your undertone are. Again, jewelry, your veins, also hair color, eye color can play into figuring out what your undertones are. So know your undertones, know how to shade match yourself, and if you don't, you can go into Sephora, Ulta beauty counters, and they can help you figure out what your tone is. Like I said, I try to the best of my abilities. When y'all ask me, mind you, sometimes people will ask me and they don't even have a profile picture of their own face, so I'm like, you're not giving me anything to work with here. But I guess, you know, we just need to put that reminder out there that makeup is not like one for all. It's not just, oh, just find someone who kind of looks like you and then use the products that they use. Because I feel like that's another reason why people end up not liking how their makeup comes out, or thinking that they can't do their makeup correctly because you're not using shades for you. Makeup is about you. It's for you. What you like, how it works on your face. You need to know the basics of how to figure it out for yourself. I'm trying to help you figure it out. But ultimately, it's going to come down to you. And you know what? That might change over time. The body changes, all of that changes. And also how you like your makeup changes. You might decide one day that you don't want to wear foundation that is exactly your shade. Maybe you want to wear a foundation that's a little darker, which I know a lot of people do because they brighten it up with other products. Maybe you want to use foundation that's a little lighter than your face. Maybe it is all up to you. But yeah, just had to put that reminder out there. And if you didn't know how to figure out your undertone, there's some quick little easy tips. So y'all, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below any other tips on how to figure out your undertone, how you go about figuring out shades for yourself, because it's been like 9-something years, mind you, I've been wearing makeup. Before that at this point I can look at the shades online and say like, oh, okay, that's the shade that would be best for me, stuff like that. But like that definitely takes time to figure out. So yeah, make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.